The news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on this Monday morning. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And we are starting out dry, at least, but chilly.
Yeah, dry and chilly, the story on this November 3rd, already November right now, and we are tracking some rainfall this afternoon. We'll be following that. Let's take a look at what's going on outside. First off, a live look at downtown Utica from the Nexus Center here. I also want to point out a couple more things as we look at the current conditions. So currently it is 37 chilly degrees. A brisk wind chill feels like 32. And then I want to focus more on this graphic right here. The sunrise, we'll actually see it during our show today, but the trade-off is the sunset time now at 4:55. So we're at that time of year, early sunsets, which means your evening commute could be a bit in the dark. But either way, we look at the Yorkville Battery live radar. We've got dry conditions here right now. We are tracking some rainfall arriving from the west. This is expected to arrive this afternoon. So the morning is looking dry. We're going to track breezy and windy conditions this week. We've got an active storm path. Now, active is one of those words that sometimes can get lumped in with other things. Basically, it just means that we've got on and off rain chances the next several days. It's not completely dry, but also not a complete washout. So again, today we start out with some sunshine. We're going to see some rain chances roll in this afternoon with highs in the upper 50s. So it's actually a bit on the warmer side today. We're going to track again those rain chances the next few days and have the more details on that coming up in a few minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Firefighters from multiple
Welcome back to Sunrise. Time now is 5:09, and here's what you can expect heading outdoors. Your forecast in a minute here this morning. First off, a live look at some roadways. Again, it's a dry start to your day today. Temperatures, depending on location, they are either above freezing, just above it, or have fallen below it, especially those of you in the Adirondacks. But either way, it is a chilly, dry start to your day today. Sunshine turns to increasing clouds and rainfall as we progress through the afternoon. In terms of winds, I mentioned earlier, we're going to be tracking some windy conditions this week, and it just depends on the day. So today it's a bit breezy, winds a little stronger tomorrow. Winds lighten up a little bit on Wednesday, return again on Thursday. So we're just going to be tracking this as we head throughout the next few days. But in fact, the next 3 days in a lot more detail. So it's a dry start today, a rainy afternoon. Where I've isolated lake effect rain showers tomorrow, it's not widespread by any means. In fact, a lot of us will see some sunshine still. And then we have some passing rain showers late on Wednesday. But we're going to dive into all three of these days coming up in a lot more detail in a few minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Hurricane Melissa has moved on, but what she left in her path?
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Happy Monday, everybody. Hope you all had a great weekend. We did have some nicer weather in the second half of the weekend on Sunday. Temperatures in the 50s, some sunshine. Today, we're going to see some sun to start, but we're going to see some rainfall arrive as we head into the afternoon. Let's look at the current conditions out there right now across the state. We're sitting at 37 degrees in Griffis and Rome. 20s heading up into those higher elevations up north. You can see 40s out to the west. Zooming in here, 32 Inlets, 28 Downsville, 40 in Washington Mills here, and 43 over in Deansboro, 38 Sylvan Beach, 27 in Sherburne, 41 Oneonta, bit of an outlier there was compared to some of these temperatures. You go up the road a little bit, it's 28 degrees in Morris. So the radar and satellite shows we've got high pressure, a brief window of high pressure here over us right now, and then rainfall on our doorstep. That's going to take a little bit to reach us, but again, it is expected to arrive as we head to this afternoon. It's going to be widespread rainfall. Pretty much the majority of central New York will see this rain Then tomorrow, we're going to track some isolated lake effect rain showers. More rainfall arrives late in the day Wednesday. And Thursday is trending more on the dry side. There could be a stray shower here and there, but compared to the next 3 days, Thursday looks to be the driest of those 4 days. But on top of the rainfall chance, we also have some pretty strong winds. Now, today's winds, gusty, they're breezy. They're not as strong as like what we saw, for example, Halloween night. Those winds were crazy strong. But then tomorrow, we've got some stronger winds expected, wind gusts between 35 and 40 miles an hour. So we've got a bit of a windy stretch of weather looking ahead to the end of the week. You can see here, on and off strong wind chances for the middle of the week. So here's a look at the current conditions for the next few days. There's that rainfall that moves through this evening, widespread. We have a few isolated lake effect bands moving through Tuesday, but overall mostly dry. And then more rainfall looks to arrive as we head into Wednesday. So you can see here, we just have on and off rain chances for the middle of the week. So clouds increase, you can see the rain moving through. It's a mainly rain system, maybe a few flurries mixing in those highest elevations up north. And then Tuesday, lake effect band south, it sweeps north, could get caught in a lake effect shower. But then by the evening, it does dry up a little bit more. Lake effect clouds turn to widespread clouds Wednesday morning. And then we're going to see that rainfall arrive Wednesday afternoon, widespread again. So pretty much all of us seeing that rainfall as we head into Wednesday evening and Wednesday nights. Your 7-day forecast, we've got, again, the drier of the days on Thursday. More rain chances arrive Friday and eventually into the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Temperatures in the upper 40s, low 50s the next week or so. So we have more November-like conditions. And still not a whole lot of snow chances the next 7 days, but maybe as we head into next week, I don't know. I don't know, Gary, but we'll see how it pans out.
Yeah, you're teasing us. Eric, thanks. An 8-year-old in Tennessee. And thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Libitor. You may want to bundle up this morning, but Eric, folks won't need a rain jacket, at least for this morning, right?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's cool. We're in the 30s, but it is dry to start your day. Let's take a look at the current conditions out there right now. It's a bit brisk, that wind chill, with feeling like 32 degrees out there this morning, so maybe grab that extra layer. But I do want to focus on one, or there's a couple of things here on this chart here on the right. 6:41 the sunrise. We will see that sunrise during our show today, but the trade-off is the sunset now at 4:55. So it's going to be a bit of a different one out there. We're in that time of year with some earlier sunsets. Evening commute could be a bit on the dark side. Again, watch out for deer this time of year. Live look at the radar. We are dry at this hour, and we are tracking more rainfall to arrive this afternoon. So it's a dry start, rainy afternoon. Tomorrow, we're going to track some lake effect rain chances, too. We'll get to that here shortly. But on top of the lake effect, we also have some stronger winds to track tomorrow. And overall, just winds, strong winds the next several days. And on top of that, we have more rain chances throughout the week, too. It's an active weather pattern as we approach our first week of November. So you can see here, it is a dry and sunny start, but as we head into the afternoon, we'll see some rain chances move in. We'll track that rainfall today, and we'll dive into that rainfall chance the next few days coming up in that full forecast. Gary?
Eric, thanks. 1 month into the government shutdown.
This live look of downtown Cooperstown is brought to you by the Leatherstocking Credit Union.
Welcome back to Sunrise, everybody, on this Monday morning, on this November 3rd. We begin with our photo of the day, taking us to a great scene right here in Whitesboro of a red maple. And despite it already being November, there are still a few trees here and there in the Mohawk Valley that, for one, either look like this right now, vibrant colors, or they haven't even turned yet. So it's very interesting seeing, a lot of the gray starting to work its way in the past peak time of the year, but still having trees that are trying to hold on as long as they can. They're still in that summertime or even early fall mode here. But either way, amazing photo right here. If you have one you'd like to share showcasing the foliage or whatnot in your neck of the woods, send it to WKTV.com/weather/pics. So, A quick preview of the week ahead. We have rain chances this afternoon. Some more rain chances as we head into tomorrow, more on the isolated side. Additional rain returning again Wednesday afternoon. You can see here just overall rain chances the next 3 to 5 days as we're tracking a pretty active weather pattern approaching the middle and end of the week. When it comes to temperatures, though, too, we're still sitting slightly above average, upper 40s, low 50s. This time of year, it's a bit on the cooler side, but we are tracking some cooler than average temperatures looking ahead, as you can see here, 40s by the weekend. And on top of that, we also are tracking potential for even some snow showers late next week, too. So we've got all that in the long-range forecast, but we'll talk a bit more about this coming up shortly. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The battle for the Section 3 Class
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
A cool start to your day today, but it is starting out dry. An outlier of what will be a rainy afternoon. Yes, rain's going to return again. We'll take a look at that shortly. But first, let's take a look at the current conditions out there right now. 30s across much of the Mohawk Valley. A little warmer heading out toward the Great Lakes. Buffalo 46, Rochester 42. In fact, there are some areas in the 40s here locally. 40 in Washington Mills, 44 Deansboro, even 41 up in Otter Lake, but some higher elevations up north in the 30s. It's actually in the 20s heading down the Mohawk Valley, 27 in Little Falls. To the south, 44 Cherry Valley, 29 Cooperstown, 28 degrees in Morris. Live look at the radar and satellite. You can see we have this wedge of high pressure here across much of the northeast, keeping our weather dry temporarily. But you can see right here that this approaching rainfall, this is what we were expecting arriving this afternoon. So when it comes to that rain this afternoon, it's going to be widespread. Pretty much all of central New York will see at least a drop of rain at some point today. Tomorrow, we've got some lingering lake effect rain, which means not everyone will see it. It's isolated. More rainfall arrives Wednesday afternoon, and then we'll have potentially our driest day of the week on Thursday. So we'll have some patchy drizzle maybe lingering, but either way, it's going to be drier compared to Wednesday and today. On top of the rainfall, we do have some stronger wind gusts. You can see here winds between 25 and 35 mile per hour gusts, and then tomorrow even windier, looking at 30 to 40 mile per hour wind gusts in parts of our area in those purple zones right here. So either way, it's a blustery next few days. You can see breezy conditions today, windy tomorrow, and then winds pick up again as we head into Thursday. So we look at the bigger picture. Here's this initial rainfall that arrives this afternoon. Following that, it dries up a little bit. We're going to see this lake effect take place tomorrow in the afternoon. It moves north and weakens, so southern valleys, you might get most of the rainfall tomorrow as it heads north again. It weakens. And then we'll have more rainfall arriving as we head into Wednesday afternoon. It's not lasting long, but a lot of us will see that rain as it moves through the Mohawk Valley. So on our Skycast, let's zoom in here and see those rain chances up close. So today, dry start. There's that rainfall moving through. As we head overnight, a passing lake effect shower, and that rain band stays in the southern valleys early Tuesday, begins to strengthen, moves north, then weakens as we head into Tuesday evening. Then we'll see clouds increase heading into Wednesday with a dry start, and then some rain showers as we head into the afternoon. So just overall an active stretch of weather between today through even Thursday and Friday, with more rain showers arriving later on in the week. And then on the weekend so far, Saturday starting out on the drier side, more rainfall on Sunday. It's that time of year where we're going to have persistent clouds. We get northwest winds, which usually bring us sunshine, but in this case, we now have lake effect to deal with. So it's that time of year. We're going to see some more unsettled rainy conditions over the next week or so.
At least it's lake effect rain, right?
Yes, for now it's lake effect rain.
The good side. Eric, thanks. Well, health officials have long touted
The news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on this Monday morning. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And let's start with the good news. It's dry this morning, right?
Yeah, dry this morning, a little chilly, not terribly cold, but it is cold. We're going to track some rainfall this afternoon. Not a lot of rain, but still some rain. Let's take a look at what's going on out there right now. First off, a live view from downtown Utica. Nexus Center camera there. You can see, of course, very clear skies, early morning twilight, and of course that's due to the fact of the clock change that took place yesterday. So our official sunrise this morning at 6:41, the sunset time 4:55. So we are seeing those earlier sunsets. Evening commute might be a little bit on the dark side, but either way, it is going to be that time of year with very short days. 36, mostly cloudy at Griffithson Rome. Brisk wind chill, feels like 32 out. Radar right now is currently quiet. In fact, though, I'm going to zoom out a little bit so we can actually see where that rainfall is right now. So let me just zoom out here, see how far I can zoom before we see it. One more. There we go. There's that rainfall. It's outside of Toronto, but it's slowly approaching, expected to arrive this afternoon. So again, dry start today, rain develops later on. Breezy and windy conditions are expected this week, and then more on and off rain chances are also expected over the next several days. But in the meantime, today, a sunny start, a rainy afternoon, highs in the upper 50s. So we're going to track the arrival of this rainfall here and look at the winds and rainfall chances the next few days coming up in that full forecast. Gary?
Thanks, firefighters from multiple departments.
Time now is 6:09, and here's a look at what you can expect heading out to work today. Your forecast in a minute. First off, we begin with a live look at some roadways this morning, and it is starting out on the dry side. Maybe some isolated pockets of frost here across the region, but that'll be mainly focused in isolated pockets, especially heading up north in the Adirondacks. Today, despite it being a cold start, we do dry up, or at least remain dry for the early afternoon. By the mid-afternoon, you can see here, we're going to see rain chances arrive. It's going to be a rainy evening commute for you as you head home from work. Wind speeds still a bit breezy today. They pick up a little bit on the stronger side tomorrow and again on Thursday. Overall, just a pretty blustery week expected for your first week of November. So the next 3 days in a lot more detail. We have a dry start today, a rainy afternoon. Isolated lake effect tomorrow. We'll get into who sees the rainfall most tomorrow morning. And then Wednesday, a passing rain shower late, otherwise a dry morning. So you can see here, it's not steady rain the next few days. We're tracking those rain chances, and we're going to go hour by hour with that forecast coming up momentarily. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Hurricane Melissa has moved on.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everybody. On this Monday, November 3rd, we begin with quiet conditions. Temperatures, depending on location, in the 20s, 30s, in some spots, 40s. You can see here, 36 officially in Rome. Notice out to the west, we have clouds to the east. It's clear. We're going to see a few more of these clouds work their way eastward as the morning progresses. But let's look at those temperatures a lot more in detail here. 28 Dolgeville, 36 Whitesboro, 38 Sylvan Beach, 33 heading up north to Inlet. Heading south, 41 Richfield Springs, 29 in Cooperstown, a big drop-off right there, and 27 in Morris, 41 in Oneonta. Radar and satellite shows a very brief window of high pressure here today, so that brought us that sunshine yesterday, clear skies overnight, and a mostly clear start to your day today. But again, you see that cloud layer moving its way eastward. On top of that, we have that rainfall to our west. So we are tracking widespread rain this evening with isolated lake effect tomorrow. More rainfall on Wednesday. Thursday is trending to be the driest of the next 4 days, but there could be some lingering drizzle in the backdrop there. We'll fine-tune that forecast, especially as we head into tomorrow. We'll get more high resolution data there. Along with the rainfall, though, we are tracking some stronger wind gusts. Now today, wind gusts 25, 35 miles an hour. Tomorrow it's going to be on the stronger side, 30 to 40 mile per hour wind gusts. So not as strong as Halloween night, but still a bit blustery. Either way, we've got a pretty windy and breezy stretch of weather for the next several days. So on our the bigger picture here, we have that system moving its way eastward. There's that rainfall. It arrives this afternoon, or at least late this afternoon, the early part of the evening. We're going to see a very weak lake effect response, and it's going to be starting out in the southern valleys tomorrow. It's going to move its way northward and weaken. So some of us in the Mohawk Valley might see a rain shower, but again, that rain is isolated. Then we'll have more rain chances, a bit more widespread as we head into Wednesday. So it's not a complete washout the next few days, but the days are not entirely dry. So on our Skycast today, you can see here clouds increasing this afternoon, widespread rain rolling through just in time for the evening commute. Then by the overnight, we're going to see this lake effect band sweep its way south, rain showers overnight, and then early in the morning tomorrow, it'll be in the southern valleys, shift its way north a little bit into the Mohawk Valley, and then that rain will weaken as we head into the evening. So those in the Adirondacks tomorrow, expect a mostly dry day. Then Wednesday morning, clouds increase. We're going to see those rain chances return again by Wednesday evening. And just overall, these rain chances continue as we head into Friday. Again on Sunday, just hit or miss showers for the next 5 to 7 days. Temperature-wise, we are in the 40s and 50s, so we're not looking at any major cool down or warm up, slightly cooler than average. It's typical for early November to see these conditions. So no major outliers for the time being. Looks pretty typical for the start of the month.
Enjoy the dryness this morning.
Yeah, it's pretty dry to start.
That's for sure. Eric, thanks. Well, an 8-year-old in 10 and thank you for joining us for this half hour. Meteorologist Eric Gage over in the Weather Center. And Eric, as you were mentioning, at least this morning it's dry out, but that's going to change.
Yeah, that's right. Dry start, a cool start, but rain's going to arrive as we head into this afternoon. Well, let's take a look at the current conditions right now, Gary. We begin at 36 degrees. Rome is officially reporting clouds despite the backdrop behind me in Utica showing sunshine. It's because we have that approaching front from the west. So clouds already increasing out west, haven't quite reached Utica, at least in the eastern sky, just quite yet this morning. 6:41, the sunrise today, so we are going to see that sunrise during our 6 o'clock hour here. But on top of that, sunset now at 4:55. So that's going to be a bit of a difference maker here. Your evening commute could be a bit on the dark side. Brisk currently with the feels like temperature 32 degrees. It's dry out there in the Yorkville Battery Live radar. Again, that rain is expected to arrive this afternoon, probably around the mid-afternoon, 3 to 5 p.m. Then we're going to see breezy and windy conditions for much of this coming week. Overall, just an unsettled pattern, too, with winds and rain chances. Not complete washout days, but days where it's sunny and then a passing shower developing momentarily. But either way, this morning, you can see what I mean. It's a sunny start. Then we're going to see that rain chance arrive as we head into the next few hours. So we'll track those rain chances hour by hour this afternoon and what follows that for the rest of the week straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. 1 month into the government shutdown and...
This live look of downtown Cooperstown is brought to you by the Leatherstocking Credit Union.
Welcome back to Sunrise on this Monday morning. We begin with our photo of the day today, which takes us to the town of Whitesboro. Look at this photo right here of a red maple. And I wanted to show this photo here, too, because despite it being in the time of year where we are seeing the late peak, in fact, past peak colors, I should say, there are still trees which are very vibrant. I'm still seeing them across the Mohawk Valley. And even some trees which still have yet to even really change their leaves. So it's so interesting seeing some of the trees that are holding on to the last breath of early fall before the leaves fully turn gray. So either way, if you have a photo of a vibrant tree you'd like to share with us, anything fall related, send it to WKTV.com/weather/pics. So a quick preview of the week ahead. We are tracking some rain chances, not complete washouts. We see there's a decent amount of rainfall icons here in our 7-day. We're going to talk a bit more about the rain chances today, tomorrow, and Wednesday when they arrive and who sees it coming up in a few minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The battle for the Section 3.
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everybody. Today we start out dry but chilly. We're going to track some rain showers this afternoon, though, but it won't last too long. We'll take a look right now at the current conditions. We sit at 36 degrees officially at Griffiths and Rome. Heading down the Mohawk Valley, 31 in Johnstown, 30 with fog down in the capital region in Albany. But either way, there's a lot more sunshine out east, a few more clouds out west. That's from that approaching weather system, which I'll show momentarily. So it's 34 up in Inlet, 40 Washington Mills, 27 in Little Falls. Heading to the southern valleys, 29 Cooperstown, 27 Morris, and 28 degrees in Norwich. So we look at the radar and satellite. We have some clouds working their way in. There's that rain chance starting to move its way eastward. It's currently outside of Toronto, not quite making its way to New York State just yet, but again, as we head into the afternoon, that's when that begins to arrive. So when it comes to rainfall this week, we're expecting widespread rain today, meaning that most of us will be seeing a drop of rain at some point this afternoon. Tomorrow, isolated lake effect. Not everyone sees it. It's going to take place in the morning and afternoon. More widespread rain arrives Wednesday, and then Thursday, I left an isolated rain chance here. It is going to be the driest of the next 4 days, but there might be some lingering drizzle on the backside of that secondary system, which I'll show here shortly. But on top of the rainfall chance, we are tracking some stronger winds this week. Wind speeds, or wind gusts, I should say, today between 25 and 35 miles an hour. Tomorrow, 30 to 40 mile per hour wind gusts, especially in the afternoon around 1-2 p.m. So this is mainly for those of you who drive high-profile vehicles. And this is a mainly westerly wind, so just a heads up that if you're driving mainly north or south, that you might want to grip that wheel a little bit tighter. So we are looking at high pressure briefly this morning. There's that widespread rain this evening. It does dry up quickly, but we'll see a backside system produce lake effect overnight. Then some early morning drizzle from lake effect in the southern valleys. It sweeps north and weakens. Then we're going to dry up until Wednesday afternoon. There's that secondary rain band rolling its way through. So you can see what I mean when it's not a complete washout, but it's not entirely dry. So clouds increase. There's that rainfall this evening. Lake effect band sweeps south. Isolated rainfall tonight. Then lingering lake effect south tomorrow morning. It does shift its way north, a brief shower in the Mohawk Valley in the early afternoon, and then it does dry up as we head into tomorrow night. 7-day forecasts. Friday, rain chances, 53 the temperature, 40s for this coming weekend. It's not looking to be a warm one, but not really that cold either way. Late next week, though, there could be some cooler temperatures, maybe some lake effect snow, but I might be getting ahead of myself. It's still a week away. This week, though, there's no snow chance for the most part, and it's pretty seasonable.
Yeah. Sounds like wishful thinking on your part there.
You never know.
Yeah. Eric, thanks. Health official Eric, it's been a nice dry morning out there until about now, right?
Yeah, to our west, rain's on our doorstep, Gary. Let's take a look at what's going on out there right now. First off, a live look at those area cameras here in the Mesonet camera network. And you see, of course, pretty a common sight. Yeah, a few clouds, but it is entirely dry here in our local region. But we take a look at the radar here. That's a different story as we turn our attention out toward western New York, the Finger Lakes area, now toward the Lake Ontario border here. Oswego, rain on the doorstep there. It's going to take another couple of hours. I would say closer to 2-3 p.m., 2 o'clock maybe on the western edges of Oneida County, and then, of course, a little bit later as it progresses through the Mohawk Valley. But either way, this is part of a much larger system here. We are tracking pretty much widespread rain from this low pressure center here. So again, what we're tracking, rain slowly approaches. This week, the winds pick up. Now, today it's breezy. Tomorrow, looking to be a little bit more windy than today. And then following that, we're tracking on and off rain chances the next several days. It's not a washout, but we're not dry either way. So again, we'll track that rainfall arriving this evening, what follows in terms of lake effect tonight, and then we're going to time it hour by hour, that rainfall tomorrow and on Wednesday, coming up in a few minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. At least 20 people are dead.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon, everybody. After a beautiful Sunday, yes, I know it was on the cooler side, but listen, as long as the sun's shining, I consider it a beautiful early November day. Same thing early this morning, or the early part of this afternoon, it was a beautiful fall day. But as we progress throughout the evening, we're going to start to see some rainfall begin to approach from the west. Currently, our temperature sits at 59 degrees. It has warmed up quickly. We might actually even hit the 60-degree mark. So you can see here, this is something of an outlier here by early November standards. So enjoy the nice weather to start the day today because, again, that rainfall is fast approaching. It's a brief window of this warm slot before this trailing cold front will whisk in some cooler temperatures tonight, along with, of course, that rainfall. And speaking of rain, it's going to be pretty much widespread this evening. So almost everyone here tonight going to be seeing at least a drop of rain. Tomorrow, it's more on the isolated side. And I'll get to that here shortly. But I want to focus again on the widespread rain Wednesday and the drier weather expected Thursday. Maybe some lingering drizzle. But for now, it appears to be the driest of the next 4 days. We're still closely watching the winds, which again are going to be picking up at its highest point this evening, between 25 and 30 mile per hour wind gusts. Tomorrow, it's expected to be even stronger with 30 to 40 mile per hour wind gusts, as you can see here. And this is going to be primarily for the northwest. And in this time of year, we get northwest winds. What do you think we're talking about here? Lake effect. And that's the case when we head into tomorrow. Look at this right here. The backside of this cold front fires up a stream of winds directly over a couple of Great Lakes, producing lake effect rainfall in the Mohawk Valley tonight and early tomorrow in the southern valleys as that wave of warmer temperatures tries to move its way north. But as you can see here, another cold front brings some more rain showers heading into Wednesday night. So today, it's warmed up rather quickly, pushing near 60. Then here comes that rainfall. Tonight, there's that lake effect showers moving through the area. That dries up in the early morning hours tomorrow, except for those of you in the southern valleys. Patchy showers and drizzle. Then that band shifts north again. A stray shower possible on Tuesday. It's going to be isolated. Up north, no rainfall in the Adirondacks, just in this narrow band of rain right here. Then that band begins to weaken into the evening. It dries up overnight. It's a dry start Wednesday. A few more clouds in the sky, though. Then, by Wednesday evening, another round of rainfall rolls through. So, when it comes to rainfall chances, it's pretty much on and off the next few days, mixed in with dry weather. So, I guess you're going to time it out anytime you're outside. But Thursday, drier of the next 5 or so days. Temperatures in the 50s and 40s. It's going to be cooler, breezy this coming weekend, Saturday and Sunday so far. Well, Saturday looking drier the 2 weekend days. And next week, we haven't put anything official out in terms of our forecast, but there could be some lake effect response, some colder weather, could be some lake effect snow. It's still too early for the fine tuning of we're going to get hit really bad or not. But for now, it's looking to be a colder pattern toward next week.
Yeah, a lot of people actually looking forward to some snow. So.
Been quite a while.
Yeah. Eric, thanks. Well, brand new this noon. Good afternoon once again, and thank you for joining us. I'm Gary Libator, meteorologist Eric Gage joining us now, and dry so far, right?
Yeah, so far it's dry. In fact, a pretty busy Cooperstown right now. Let's take a live view right here. We can see it's pretty dry. In fact, there's plenty of sunshine. Temperatures have warmed up rather quickly, 56 degrees down in the southern valleys. Some spots approaching near 60. But it's a bit of an outlier on what we can typically expect for November. So here's what we're looking at between the 1st and the 30th here. So our normal high goes from 51 to 39. Quite a difference here. Average low 36, 26. So pretty much as we enter late November, we usually fall below freezing overnight. The time difference, of course, with daylight saving time ending, there's just a weird stretch here. We have the sunrise 7:36 back to 7:11 again at the 30th, but the sunset time, most importantly, goes to 4:27, so quite an early sunset. We lose an hour of daylight. We lose less hours this month compared to last month, of course, with the first, well, October being the month we lose the most amount of daylight. This is, as we enter December, going to be slowing down, and of course by the winter solstice we'll be seeing those days slowly increase again. A live look at the radar. Right now, again, we are sunny, we are dry, but to our west there's that widespread rain currently impacting Rochester and Buffalo right now. And we're going to track that arrival hour by hour coming up in a couple of minutes, as well as what we can expect rain-wise tomorrow and on Wednesday straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Brand new this noon video.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon. You just saw on the Tower Cam, skies getting a little bit on the darker side as clouds approach from the west ahead of some arriving rainfall. We'll take a look outside in the eastern sky, however. There's still plenty of blue, so we'll focus our cameras more on that. But either way, as we approach again to the western sky, we're going to see that rainfall slowly begin to move in. It's warm out there, wind chill, pretty much non-existent when you get temperatures this high. Feels like 59 degrees. Now, radar and satellite shows that rain on our doorstep, still right over the Finger Lakes right now. The heaviest of rain is currently out just off the shore of Buffalo on Lake Erie. So when it comes to rainfall today, expect pretty much widespread rain. Tomorrow, more on the isolated side, isolated lake effect showers. Wednesday, a better shot for widespread rain to return again in the afternoon, and then drying up a little bit as we approach Thursday, looking to be the driest of the next few days. But along with that rainfall, we are still going to be tracking some pretty strong winds. Wind speeds or wind gusts of around 25 to 35 miles per hour today. Tomorrow, a little bit higher, 30 to 40 mile per hour wind gusts. I would say closer to Halloween winds, in case you remember those. I wouldn't say it's nearly as strong, but this is still pretty gusty as we approach it tomorrow evening. And that's due to the backside of this cold front producing those strong northwest winds. And this time of year, when we have strong northwest winds and some colder temperatures, we get lake effect. Now, again, it's cold, but not that cold. So we're still seeing lake effect rain from this setup here. That's going to move through overnight. Lingering lake effect showers in the southern valleys tomorrow morning, and then that band will shift its way north and then weaken as the flow from the Great Lakes gets cut off. So we'll dry up tomorrow evening, but then we'll see more rainfall arrive as we head into Wednesday. Maybe some backside flurries here in the Adirondacks Wednesday night, but again, that is isolated. So on our Skycast, clouds increase. Here comes that rain this evening, and then lingering showers from lake effect overnight. That band sweeps south, as I mentioned, remains somewhat stationary over the southern valleys early tomorrow morning. So those of you in Chenango, Otsego County, even Madison County, might have an unsettled start to the day. That band slowly shifts north as we head into the afternoon, hitting the, I would say, portions of the Route 20 and I-90 corridor there, before, again, slowly weakening as it continues to shift its way north. Lingering clouds and drizzle possible, too, but still, it is isolated. Those of you up north in the Adirondacks might have a mostly dry day tomorrow. Then, clouds increase Wednesday. Here comes our next round of rain, primarily in the afternoon. Widespread for the most part, which means that most everyone will see at least a drop of rain heading into Wednesday evening. So, although we have rainfall the next few days, moral of the story is it's not a complete washout every single day. Thursday, the drier again of the next 5 days. Saturday, drier of the weekend days before more rain begins to arrive again on Sunday. But either way, we are slowly approaching the end of the first week of November by next week, and temperatures really starting to feel like November. Not terribly cold. In fact, today's pretty warm out, but it's that time of year. Eventually, the four-letter snow word will start to peep out as we head into next week.
Maybe next week.
We'll have to see.
Eric, thanks. Well, from home decor
Time now for a first look at the forecast tonight with Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis. We had some lightning.
Yeah, we
and
had
thunder.
Some thunder, some lightning, a little bit of a surprise, but not really. I mean, we did see this earlier this evening dropping in from the north, but still, to see this in November is quite the sight. This is captured right from our parking lot. This is looking to the north. We had some cloud to cloud lightning.
Pretty cool.
A little bit of small hail reported as well, especially across the north country. Kind of looked like snow fell, but I mean, it was hail. Usually it's snow this time of the year, especially as we get into November. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. This area of rain and storms are drifting south and will continue to do so as we head into this evening. We'll get a chance to dry out tonight. Current temperature 45 degrees. The winds have turned into the northwest. This is all part of a cold front that's going to bring some cooler weather to our area tomorrow. Election day looks nice. Looking at generally pleasant weather, small chance of a shower, but otherwise it's pretty quiet. Rain and wind return Wednesday, especially late in the day. Tonight, probably need the heat. Overnight lows drop down into the upper 30s. It is going to be a seasonably chilly night. We're tracking a very active week ahead weather-wise. Look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Some relief on the way for America.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Good evening. We're taking a live look in downtown Utica. The weather tonight, very changeable. We've had clear skies, rain, thunder, lightning, even some small hail. It's been quite a chaotic evening. The weather will quiet down for Election Day. We've got a light breeze, not as breezy as this flag's suggesting. It's mostly cloudy in the morning. Could see a brief shower in the afternoon. Temperatures will be close to 50 degrees, which is pretty typical for this time of the year. So the weather a lot quieter than it was earlier today. This is taken on Star Hill, hail accumulated from thunderstorms. This is by Rochelle Singer. It's not uncommon to see thunderstorms in early November. It's something that can happen, but it's more common to see the first snowfall rather than thunderstorms. But again, this is what we're dealing with tonight. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Bands of precipitation continue to move from northwest to southeast. This is producing small hail pretty much throughout. So don't be surprised if you see that. This does come to an end as we head into this evening. The winds are going to be sticking around. It's breezy tomorrow. The winds pick up Wednesday, especially late in the day. Wednesday night, Thursday looks windy. Gusts 40 to 45 miles an hour, so it's below what we would call damaging winds, but it still could cause problems. Light winds on Friday as this weather system rolls through. A reminder, you can always get alerts to your phone by downloading the Storm Tracker 2 weather app. You can also get the radar on your phone, which is very helpful on a night like tonight. Bigger picture, cold front continues to swing through, and again, we're seeing the leftovers of this cooler weather interacting with Lake Ontario, and that's why we're seeing some of those showers tonight, a couple of thunderstorms. But tonight, as the winds continue to drift into the northwest, as this front moves away, the weather should quiet down. We may see a few lingering lake effect rain showers, especially south of Utica, but that should be the exception rather than the rule. And even then, they don't last all day. It's usually, it's expected to be a late morning, early afternoon thing. We're looking at breezy conditions and temperatures in the upper 40s. Tomorrow night, clouds thicken up ahead of the next weather maker, and this is going to bring low pressure, wind, and rain as we head into Wednesday with temperatures close to 50 degrees. We're also watching the beginning of next week. There are signs that it's going to get cold enough for snow showers, perhaps even some lake effect snow. We'll keep you posted. Tonight, showers end, 39. Tomorrow, a sprinkle, otherwise a pretty quiet day. High of 50. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Rain Wednesday, dry Thursday, chilly. On and off showers Friday, Saturday. The big weather system arrives Sunday that brings widespread rain and a big drop in temperature. Some snow showers on Monday with a high of 37. Get ready.
I don't know if it's going to stick yet, but
might for some places.
It will soon.
Yes.
All right, thank you, Bill. Coming up next, time now for a first look at the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis. We get pelted with some hail and some rain. but this was a light show tonight.
Yeah, we had a light show. Lots of thunderstorms rolling through, and especially at night. It's a lot easier to see lightning at night.
Yeah.
This picture from Fred Alsanti in Utica.
Cool.
Great capture. Really cool shot there. It also helps that we had clear skies as well. And so when those thunderstorms came in, they were easy to spot the lightning, because a lot of times when thunderstorms come in, it's cloudy everywhere, but we had pretty good visibility tonight of this, especially as those storms came in from the north. Looking ahead, there's still a couple of lingering showers from what we were dealing with earlier this evening, but they're on their way out, so we will get a chance to dry out tonight. Temperatures are going to fall. We're sitting at 43 degrees, mostly cloudy. We'll drop into the upper 30s overnight with winds coming in from the west. Our weather headlines: we dry out tonight, the showers come to an end. Election day looks pretty nice, it looks pleasant. Rain and wind return on Wednesday. We have a pretty active week of weather ahead. Tonight, overnight lows drop into the mid to upper 30s. Probably need the heat by tomorrow morning for a little bit. We're tracking a very pleasant election day, but again, some big changes on the way. Look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Some relief on the way.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're taking a live look in downtown Utica. It's been a pretty active night. We've been getting some showers and thunderstorms. Those have now moved out to the east, and things are starting to quiet down. Election day looks nice. It should be a good day to get out and vote. There's nothing stopping you weather-wise. There might be a brief shower here in the late morning to early afternoon. Temperatures will be close to 50 degrees. There will be a breeze, not as breezy as this flag is moving, though. Looking at, again, high temperatures near 50. Again, talking about just a couple of beautiful photos here with the lightning, but we were also getting reports of hail and some small hail that has taken place across central New York. And several folks have been checking in with that. A lot of this happened north of the Mohawk Valley, and it is hail because this is happening from thunderstorms. And we're still seeing a few of them out there this evening. This is a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. This is all moving to the south and east. And again, our weather is going to dry out. The breeze is not going away. It's going to stay breezy here tomorrow. The winds pick up Wednesday throughout the day. It peaks Wednesday night into Thursday, and then the winds start to diminish. The winds get as high as about 40 to 45 miles an hour, below what we would consider damaging winds, but it will be quite windy here later this week. A reminder, you can always get weather information on the go by downloading our Storm Tracker 2 weather app. Cold front swings through tonight. Again, it's bringing with it wind, showers, thunderstorms, and slightly cooler weather tomorrow. Temperatures will be roughly 10 degrees cooler. Tonight, showers come to an end. Overnight lows drop down into the upper 30s. Tomorrow, partly sunny skies. The chance of a shower, especially south of the Mohawk Valley. A little bit of lingering lake effect rain takes place, but it doesn't last all day. We'll get a chance to dry out. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy skies. The weather clouds up Wednesday. By the morning, it's cloudy. And the next area of low pressure arrives. It brings with it rain and wind. Temperatures look to climb into the 50s before all of this arrives. We're jumping ahead to Sunday night. There's a large storm system that's expected to develop, and a significant change in the jet stream. A big dive in the jet stream should bring the chance of snow to the region on Monday. It doesn't look to be big right now, but it's still quite a ways out. It's almost a week away. And there's some pretty strong signals of a big change happening. We're going to continue to keep you posted. Showers in tonight, low of 39. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, a brief shower, 50 for the high. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Rain returns late Wednesday, windy. Cooler, drier Thursday, 44. Rain showers Friday, unsettled into the weekend. And again, a big drop in the temperature by Monday.
In our household, when Bill says there are strong signals, I take warning.
We'll keep you posted.
Alrighty, thanks, Bill. Coming up next.